Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. All right, let's take a look at the XRP chart, guys. I've got it on the weekly today. The week is about to close out. If you guys are watching this video on the day that I'm releasing it, it is Saturday, April the 12th. So not quite the end of the week yet. But take a look at that. Long wick on the XRP candlestick. Hopefully next week we do see some more upward action. These types of candlesticks generally denote a reversal. So you guys can see that here on the week of February the 3rd. We did see a very, very long tail on that candlestick, and then we continued to make our way back up before we did see a big liquidation event during the week of March the 3rd. So hopefully now that we've actually seen a new low being printed on the XRP chart, hopefully this means we are ready for another move to the upside. You guys can see here on Wednesday, I've just switched the chart over to the hourly. There was a big move up for XRP, and now we're just kind of hanging out in this zone here. Right now, one XRP is going for roughly $2 and almost $2.02 per coin. Bitcoin also did move up on Wednesday and was actually trying to get up above that level of resistance, even just within the last 24 hours. So we have seen Bitcoin now retrace a little bit there. One Bitcoin as the time of this recording is going for 82,000, almost 83,000, 82,984 per coin. So really, we're eyeing Bitcoin. We always are eyeing Bitcoin before the next pop to the upside. And just taking a look at this double bottom pattern. So now we're reaching these levels here. What that means, guys, essentially getting up above this this neckline here for Bitcoin. And I mean, we made our way up. We're kind of meandering back down, but hopefully we can stay above this trend line and eventually continue to make our way back up. But I think we're going to need a catalyst since it is the weekend. Stock markets are not open. And yesterday, the S&P 500 struggling to get back up. So it was a bit of a neutral day for the S&P. Let's just take a look at the DJI. Same kind of thing, right? We were making our way down. I mean, there was an initial dip and then we continued making our way back up. So all this is going to have an impact on cryptocurrency. When are we going to see that big liquidity injection? And then there's the big question mark of, is 2025 actually going to be the year of real world utility, or are we going to still have to wait? For more information on what I'm doing this bull run, where I'm going to be selling, I am going to be holding a portion of, certain cryptocurrencies, not all of them, but you can find out my detailed plan over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I still have to release a couple more parts of my cash out strategy, the detailed 8-part cash out strategy that I've been putting out there for my Patreon subscribers. So stay tuned for that. I know there's been a lot happening immediately, so I've been putting that off. Hopefully we do see a shift very soon, but those are also coming out very soon, guys. Patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. If you're interested, market fear and greed, still in fear, still in the 20s, 27. We're seeing the market bounce a little bit, over 2% in market cap. In the CMC 100, that's also over 2.2%. So a bit of green in the space today. Bitcoin is up 2.74%. Ethereum's up almost a half a percentage point. XRP up 0.67. We got BNB coin up 0.94. Solana's up 4.15%. So Solana's doing quite well. Same with Tron, up 3.58%. But mostly coins pretty quiet at the moment. If they're down, they're only down by a little bit. And if they're up, they're only up by pretty much single digits. So not really too much to write home about today. It's been a pretty quiet 24 hours. And I think it's because we're close. If not close, we are at max pain or have seen max pain within the last couple of days here. Blockchain backer bringing this to our attention. This reminds me of 2022. It's like FTX doom level. No one sees a way out of this, just like with FTX. Put to call ratio is sky high. The crowded trade is short. Doomers galore, and Peter Schiff is the main character. So, when you compare it to where we were in 2022 with the FTX collapse, you guys can see, I don't know who was here at that point. Remember how bad sentiment was. Remember how negative people were. Remember how much doom and gloom was in the air. People were not feeling it. I was buying up Solana at this point. And guys, we're here. Okay, we're here at this point. Tariffs, look at how close the structure resembles the FTX collapse from back in 2022. And then what happened after that, 23, 24, and now into 2025, we are seeing the market rebound. So, he's got a very good point here. CryptoCon also bringing this up, support on the total market cap. Okay, so that's the entire crypto market is holding fantastically. Let's just take a look at this for a second. This is April 2025 right here. And if you guys can see here, these are the support trend lines. You can see it's holding up. We're not actually going below that on the macro time frame, so we are technically making higher lows. The next step is to make a higher high, and who knows how long that's going to take, if it's going to be a few weeks or a few months. There is still quite a bit of time left in this cycle, so this is very similar to what we saw back in October of 2020 and also back in March of 2017. If you guys take a look at the chart, he says it makes sense that everyone would become maximally bearish at ultimate support, just as they have every time in this cycle. It's also very obvious that there has been no market parabola yet, comparing others where the market cap explodes well beyond the trend. I think everyone has given up, but we'll be missing the best part of the cycle, and you know what'll happen. People will FOMO in when the market goes sky high. That's generally what happens. Don't be fooled, guys. Make sure you're ready to cash out, because the other thing is you got to pay yourself. Make sure you take some profits off the table, even if you do plan on holding a portion of, I don't know, maybe your XRP for the long term. I do also want to mention that I've created a new piece of merchandise for the Working Money Channel merch store. All the merchandise is 20% off right now, and I've created the XRP Send It Astronaut t-shirt, and you can find mugs there too. I think that's a pretty cool logo. Link is in the description of the video. And again, this month, you do get 20% off of all merchandise over there at the Working Money Channel merch store. What else do we got here? We got this from Jungle Inc. SEC proposes regulatory sandbox for crypto innovation. So it sounds as though the tides are turning, and for good this time. The SEC is finally shifting gears. Acting Chair Mark Ueda has announced plans for a regulatory sandbox that could reshape the U.S. crypto landscape. So guys, here's what that means. Exchanges like Coinbase and Uniswap could soon operate with conditional exempt relief, allowing them to test tokenized securities and blockchain-based trading models without fear of immediate enforcement. So sounds like the SEC is opening it up a little bit, for more innovation, right? Something that we have not seen over the last 4 years under Gary Gensler. This opens the door to new revenue streams, accelerated DeFi adoption, and expanded governance use across the space. The move echoes similar frameworks in the UK and Singapore, where sandboxes have driven innovation, boosted liquidity, and drawn institutional interest. So a liquidity boost, that is also a big part in how these markets are going to flow effectively. SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce is on the board, pushing for clear, sensible, and a fair path for digital assets. So guys, this is the next step. Now we do have Paul Atkins at the helm, so that's also looking positive for the future. Michael Branch posting this. Flare is going to introduce XRP programmability in DeFi with imminent FXRP launch. So check this out. Layer 1 network Flare has proposed the launch of the XRP Fi, okay, and this will bring DeFi functionality like staking, lending, and borrowing to all XRP holders. The team announced this on April the 10th, teasing the ploy to DeFi-hungry XRP holders. The integration will bring decentralized finance features to XRP enthusiasts, allowing them to earn incentives on their stash beyond the asset's price performance. So, when you're looking at the charts and you're like, why isn't XRP performing better? I guess now you can go to the Flare network. I know Flare has a very, very polarizing effect on the XRP community. Some people like it, some people hate it. Hugo Fillion has left a poor taste in some XRP holders' mouths. But alas, here he is doing this for XRP holders. So in an X post, Flare teased the launch of the FXRP for XRP holders, a pool that brings decentralized features to enthusiasts. And I guess you can read more about that. I will link this in the description there. But here's some of it. With the integration, holding XRP, it will bring rewards beyond the price action. Users will earn extra incentives by staking and lending their stash at predetermined rates. Furthermore, it will provide borrowing and trading options for participants. Now, I do have to, I think, let you guys know, be careful what you do. Be careful where you put your XRP at this point in time. Because if you have to lock up a certain portion for a certain amount of time and don't have access to it, and then all of a sudden the market pops, I mean, generally what we see are these big euphoric moves, and they can only last about 2 or 3 weeks in some cases. So, if you have to lock up your cryptocurrency for longer periods of time at this point in the cycle, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to let you guys know. But that's not financial advice either. I mean, you guys do what you want with your hard-earned investments. But I just thought I'd bring this to you just to let you guys know that that is what is available. So I wanted to thank Michael, Jungle Inc., of course, CryptoCon, and the blockchain backer just for posting those. More investment products have been released as well. This courtesy of Smoke. The XRP ETF was our most successful launch date to date for a fund that we've ever done. This coming from the Teucrium CEO. Here's what he said, guys. That was just launched yesterday. Listen to this.
Jump right in here. You did just launch the first XRP ETF in the US. I'm just curious, how did day one go? I know there's still a little bit of time until market close here as we record this, but what have you seen thus far?
A terrific response. There was overwhelming excitement. I think a lot because we were overlooked. I mean, we made our filing and it was largely ignored. We were the only people to file with a ticker, and for whatever reason, it just was passed over, and it kind of took people by surprise. We filed as soon as we could after the old SEC regime left, and the 75 days. Effectiveness took place on Saturday, so we seeded yesterday, which was Monday, and launched today. I think it's almost a couple 100,000 shares. It's been a terrific, very successful launch. Our most successful launch day to date for any fund we've ever done.
So their most successful launch day, guys, you know what that means, and that is an XRP related product. That's not a basket of currencies. That's not any other crypto. That is XRP specifically. Institutions and retail alike, I have a feeling, do understand how big this is going to get. I mean, if you've been paying attention to all the partnerships around the world over the last several years, here's another one. Finastra and TimCorp partner to offer treasury solutions in the Philippines. Now, I talk about Finastra quite a bit on this channel. They're one of the larger Ripple partners. They've just entered into a strategic relationship with Total Information Management Corp, or TimCorp, to address evolving treasury service challenges in the Philippines. Combining Finastra's Optic Core treasury solutions with TimCorp's deep expertise in managed services and IT infrastructure, the collaboration delivers a powerful cloud-based treasury management solution tailored to the needs of local banks. So they need some kind of a solution to help local banks, I guess, manage their funds a little better. Finastra has been integrated with the XRPL ecosystem for several years now. I'd say probably close to a decade, 7 or 8 years, if I'm not mistaken. So, obviously they're seeing the possibilities here, a symbiotic relationship that is just going to make these processes more efficient for their clients. Here's a quote: "Our partnership with Finastra represents a significant step forward in delivering advanced treasury and banking solutions to financial institutions across the Philippines. Combining Finastra's global expertise with TimCorp's local knowledge and infrastructure, we can empower our clients to embrace digital transformation while improving operational efficiency." So countries like the Philippines, they're already Ripple enabled. And, on the retail side, right, there are already apps, and I'm sure banks are also launching apps where the people of the Philippines can send and receive money very quickly and efficiently, leveraging RippleNet technology. Well, for more institutional enterprise-grade solutions, they do need to look at other partners, and it sounds like this is a bigger project where they realize the need for a more efficient solution to manage, in this case, treasury solutions in the Philippines. So I thought that was some interesting news. Also happen to see this, guys, another partner, dLocal and Cloudbeds partner to ensure Thai hospitality sector can reach their potential. So this is happening in Thailand, guys. Through the new partnership, Cloudbeds will implement Ripple partner dLocal's platform solution to automate property onboarding, manage ledgers, and settle payments in local currencies, eliminating operational friction and improving financial access for thousands of businesses. This will ensure challenges associated with acceptance of preferred payment methods, both local and international, will no longer create cash flow issues or become administrative burdens. So you see what they're doing here? They're thinking outside the box. Of course, many different industries need this type of, not only financial security, but, some kind of financial mechanism to make this run seamlessly. In this case, they're looking at cross-border payments. So, if they leverage Ripple partner dLocal, well, they can do this through the XRP ledger. Here they even say they're streamlining the process. Hotels and properties that leverage Cloudbeds can now process payments directly through the platform, creating a seamless experience while streamlining operations and unifying businesses and financial management. Well, isn't that what it's all about? So, it's not just, not just financial companies buying up financial companies or maybe merging or acquiring other financial companies. They're realizing finance is everywhere, guys, whether it's in the hospitality industry, the travel industry, the restaurant industry, anything and everything, really. There's going to be a need for more efficient solutions. And why not hire a company or partner up with a company that already leverages RippleNet technology? So great news there. Coming out of Thailand as well. Did you see this, guys? I saw this from Anders. Seems like Ripple may be launching other stablecoins. I've done videos in the past suggesting that Ripple is, in fact, working on the RLUER, so a euro-denominated stablecoin. If you guys didn't catch the video I did on that, I'll link it up here. And so now what they're doing is they're posting a new job offering for a product marketing lead for stablecoins. So check this out. This is based in New York City. Product marketing lead for a new stablecoin. I don't think it will be another US denominated stablecoin, although I guess it could be. They're just getting up off the ground with the RLUSD. I don't know why they would do that, but it says here to shape and drive our product and go-to-market strategies with a specific focus. Okay, so this is with a specific focus on the RLUSD and other possible Ripple stablecoins. So likely going to be the Ripple-denominated euro. And then Brad Garlinghouse made his way to the Liz Claman show again. He did post the other day. Great to be back with Liz Claman today to chat about Ripple's historic acquisition of prime broker Hidden Road. So he made a point to hit Fox Business. He also made a point to say that, you know what, guys, part of the fine that Ripple could be paying to the SEC and maybe to the US government could be in XRP. Now, why would it benefit the US government to receive XRP? Listen to this.
Much more pro-innovation. We want these industries to grow at home.
When you say most of the 125 million you had parked in that little fund in case of the worst case scenario, what's left? Can you give us some?
The SEC is going to end up with a $50 million. The U.S. government's going to get $50 million. We even talked about making that available in XRP. But look, at the end of the day, this is a major step forward. You know, I think if you kind of zoom out and look at this, the Trump administration is absolutely living up to their.
Wouldn't that be huge news? Could you imagine, guys, if the U.S. government decided to accept the fines in XRP? That's $50 million worth. Would they put it towards their stockpile? Things that make you go, On top of which, I had one of my viewers post this, guys. This is Beyond the FUD. He tagged me in this post. Do you ever get the feeling things are starting to change? Now, check this out. Apparently, global money transfers, I don't know where this is from, maybe his bank or something like that. Global money transfers will be unavailable from April 13th at 12 a.m. to April 13th at 3 a.m. due to maintenance. Something else that makes me go, So we've got Ripple working on more stablecoins. Brad Garlinghouse commenting that, the U.S. government, they could probably benefit from holding XRP in the future. Otherwise, why would Ripple suggest that, the U.S. government or the SEC take the XRP as a fee? I don't know, guys. I don't think he would be offering it unless he saw and could justify a benefit for the U.S. government holding XRP. On top of which, this is another clip from the Liz Claman show. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse saying, we're betting on what the world's going to be like in the next 3 years, not what's going to happen in the next 6 months.
President Trump has made big strides that are very pro-crypto. It's got to be great for somebody like you. However, the price of, let's just say, Bitcoin, which reached a high after the election of something like $107,000, is nowhere near that now. I think we're around 86,000 and change, but it's been a market drop. When do you foresee this moving back up? Because we've seen all kinds of wild projections of something like $250,000 per Bitcoin by the end of this year to people who say this thing's going down.
Yeah. When I think about that, your last guest, Larry Fink, talked about just taking the long-term view.
Right.
And I almost don't think about it in that kind of short-term time frame. I think about what are the macro trends playing out for the crypto industry, for the XRP ecosystem. XRP has been the best performing major crypto in the last 90 days. We think about it as what does that look like over the next 3 years? I'm very optimistic. I mean, Ripple just announced our largest acquisition, actually one of the largest acquisitions in the entire crypto industry to date. We announced it earlier this week on Tuesday in the middle of tariff palooza. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with the tariffs, but we're betting on where the world's going to be in 3 years, not what's going to happen in the next 6 months.
The broader outlook has always been Ripple's focus. So what will the next 3 years bring, guys? Higher prices, XRP to double, triple, maybe even quadruple digits? I don't know. We'll just have to sit back and find out. I know the legislation is going to play a large role in this, and that's really what's going to determine how much XRP I cash out this bull run. For more information on what I'm doing, follow me, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I've opened up my portfolio to all my Patreon subscribers so you can see exactly what I'm doing, when I'm going to be doing it. And if you guys have some time and maybe a little spare cash, you can get 20% off the Working Money Channel merch store right now. I have created a brand new design, the XRP Send It Astronaut. So if that's something you fancy, check it out. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.